Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Dragons on the draw for game one against what looks to be Lessons. How do we want to proceed? We play a forest for sure and pass and pass. Do we go Bilmerk or do we go Origins? I think we go Origins here. We're going to want to sweep at some point soon. Grand TR. They draw fresh. Pitch one, draw one, play a mountain, and passing. Feels like quench up. So in that case, we definitely fire off Origins. Because if they quench the Origins, we can always flash a black later. Failed Passage and Forest. Honestly, I kind of want both of those. I'm not gonna lie. So, Passage top, Forest top, and pass. Abandon attachments. Draw two, pitch a card, pitch another Grand. You're gonna run out of Grand soon here, friend. I mean, most people only have two. Well, no. Yeah, most people only have two pairs, so I guess you know, it's rather accurate that you. Oh no, most people only have two Grands. I guess you can have a maximum up to four. Well, artist talent makes an otter. There's two lessons mirroring basics. Targets the talent. Holds up a mountain. This means that there's no quench. So in that case, I will cast Terminus. I will cast Esper Origins. Another Forest Passage. Honestly, I think I'm going to pitch both here. Let's pitch Passage, Forest top, and pass. And pass. Accumulate Wisdom. Draw three. Monument to Endurance. Okay. Attack for four. Grand triggers. Pitch talent. Make a treasure. Quench might be up then. We draw. In that case, do we Bailmerk? Impend? Yes, we'll Bailmerk Impend. Play around the Quench. There's Ice Till. And pass. And pass. Artist talent. Yeah, the talent's a problem now that we need to address. Otter talent. So, like, on one hand, I need to sweep the board. On the other hand, I need to get rid of this talent and endurance. Find a way to stabilize through this constant card draw. Accumulate Wisdom's a busted card. Why they ever thought that should be printed is beyond me. Third Grand TR, but I have the talent now. This might just not matter. Paying cost for another monument. Well, damn. Creates a treasure. That's 6 damage. I mean, you have 7 cards in hand. Not exactly wanting at this point. Grand will attack. Triggers the monuments. Pretty sure they haven't drained me yet. At least on one of those. Yep. Down to 6. Yeah, kind of in danger here. So we need to sweep. That much is clear. So Regent for 2, play around Quench. And at that point we pass. We don't have much else we can do. But the thing is, if they trigger Monument twice, we lose. They have 7 cards in hand. It's unlikely that we can stop them. We'll pass. Like, the thing is, when this deck goes off, it goes off. Yeah, we'll concede. You have 2 triggers guaranteed. And all you need to do is put the Monument triggers on the stack and you're golden. Yep, there you go. Alright, let's go to sideboarding. So we want the Strategic Betrayal. The XLs are fine. Vendetta's not so much. I think we could argue Day of Black Sun, Necropsy's good, which means Archivist is good. Maybe Keen-Eyed is worth investing in. Keen-Eyed over what? Stormbrood's fine here. I don't see like maybe Bahamut. Yeah, I think Bahamut unfortunately is just a bit too slow in this matchup. I will keep this hand. Start off with a Swamp to hold up Exhale, Forest into Origins. We do need to draw into some lands here. Hopefully Origins will help with that. We're playing 26 lands now, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Swamp, pass, and hold. Spirebluff Canal for talent. We'll pass, draw, Regent. We could Terminus here. We can Esper Origins set up for our land drop. Esper Origins, try and set up for land drops. So in that case, we'll go top, top, and pass. And pass. Next, we're going to try and land the Terminus, hold up the Exhale. Canal for talent. We have that Stormbrood in the wings. Draw. Cast Terminus. And hold. Exhale once again. Storm Chaser talent. And talent trigger, pitching Verge. Makes another Otter. That is fine. And draw. Holding up 2 mana feels like Quench. Swamp, So the question is, now what? We could try and bait them with something like Origin, still hold up Caustic Exhale. I think that's probably correct. So we're gonna use this as permission. I guess not really permission, just to get the Quench out of hand. Because nothing else we play from hand right now is going to be able to make it through, unfortunately. And this at least means we can hold up the Exhale. The other option was to feed them the Ice Still, but that might be relevant later. We'll see. Paying cost for Boomerang Basics. Yield all. Pitch another Grand. They must be assuming that I have the Exhale up, which I mean is not incorrect. There's another Talent, another Otter. Pitching Demonstration. This is looking at 6 damage. Accumulate Wisdom. Do I want to get rid of an Otter here? I'm tempted to do so, to be honest. Let's allow for the Artist Talent trigger first. And then... yeah, I'm going to Exhale, Behold a Dragon, try and mitigate some of this incoming damage, reveal Regent. And so we're going to cast that next turn. And we'll pass. He'll draw 5. We'll take 4 down to 14. We'll then go for 1 here. Regent for 1. It's either that or I Stormbrood. But I think Regent for 1 here is probably correct. They're tapped out, so it makes sense. If we had 1 more mana, we could play the Ice Still, but no such luck. Exude Toxin for 1. And pass. And pass in full this time. Level up Artist Talent. 6 in hand. Soul Guide Lantern. Not too worried about Lantern here. And there's the Monument. So again, we're going to pop the Talent with this Stormbrood. We just need to hope that they don't have any leftover mana. They don't. Perfect. Cast Stormbrood. Stormbrood pops the Talent. Play the Cottage and pass. And pass. There is an argument for maybe holding the Cottage last turn for the Ice Still. Discard a card, draw 2, triggers the Monument. I mean, next turn we have to start swinging in with cottages, I think. Opponent draws another card. Land for turn 4 in hand. Another Talent. Yeah, moments like this do remind me that there are cards like Cease and Desist, where they destroy all artifacts and enchantments, and honestly it seems appealing at times. So we can play the Bloom Vine, or I could play the Ice Till. Honestly, I don't really see a need to play the Ice Till in the claimed territory. I think just casting the Bloom Vine here is probably correct. Again, gets a body on board, gains some life. We can start attacking. And pass. Accumulate Wisdom, pull 3. Combustion Technique on Regent. Land for turn. The Agna is a problem, because that now enables these monuments. Yeah, if I'm just attacking, like, their creatures, this is such a much more manageable matchup. But if I'm trying to have to also play around these monument to endurances, we're kind of in trouble. Esper Origins. Let's start by attacking with Stormbrood then. Actually, in retrospect, I should have first cast and resolved this. Esper Origin, Caustic Exhale, Necropsy. I'm going to say Exhale Yard, Necropsy top, cast Origins. Do you have Quench as those final two? You do not. We'll hide Necropsy and show them Marsh. Play the Marsh and pass. This way Necropsy can take out Monument and a talent. They'll draw a card off of Lantern. And draw a card off a Lantern. And we'll pass. We're back up to 18. Another issue with the Quench, though, is that I don't have not a Quench. Necropsy, I don't have enough cards in Yard, actually. Artist Talent. Okay, well, that's a problem. These monuments are back online. Boomerang basics. Yeah, Desist is 6 mana, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Seize is also not bad. Instant speed, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Target player gains 2 life and it draws a card. I wonder. Because, yeah, again, competing just on board, like board to board, I feel like this deck eats lessons for days. But once they start stacking monuments, it's pretty much game over. And I only have so many ways to deal with multiple artist talents or monuments, etc. And that's the problem that I'm thinking. And it just has too much of a value engine. So yeah, I think the artist talent monument endurance versions are the problem. At least the one that I'm facing. How do we go about this now? Because I need an Necropsy. I mean, ideally, I would love it for 5. Maybe I should have held back the Stormbird as a blocker. Damn. I will block with Origins. You have 6 cards in hand, 17 left in deck, and 3 monuments up. I mean, they can deal me at instant speed 9 damage. We draw. Paying cost. Accumulate Wisdom, pull 3, and likely gonna deal me 9. Yeah. Alright. Maybe we do look at Cease Desist. Honestly. It eats Yard, so it's good into Reanimator. And it also sweeps enchantments and artifacts. Honestly, I really kind of dig this idea now. Because this just feels so bad to play into. There's Necropsy, but I suppose we're going to take 9 on their turn. So I can't sit back. Yeah, I shouldn't have attacked the Stormbrood. I should have blocked the Otter of the Stormbrood, which would have fed my Yard, so we could have Necropsy to talent hit Monument, hit Otter. but that's no longer an option. So on top of just them having a nutty board state, we also misplayed, arguably, because the only way I get past 9 is if I animate the cottage and then eat a food up to 12. But that likely means the otters just kill me on the spot, so we're just going to concede out. Unfortunate. Alrighty. Well, we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. I will keep... There's no point in playing the marsh right now, I don't think. Actually, yeah, we'll play the marsh. We can't hold up the exhales because we don't have a dragon in hand. We'll pass in full. Inspiring Advantage for a headliner. Mobilize 1. Draw Terminus. I mean, I'm thinking I go Origins this turn into Terminus Exhale next turn. So let's do that. Ice Still Origins, Origins Yard, Ice Still Top and Pass. And pass. So yeah, next turn we can Terminus into Exhale. We can gain life back with Esper Origin. So this is Boros Mobilize, if I remember correctly. Draw. So Forest into Terminus. Hold up Exhale. Resolute Reinforcements. Yes. Cavern Souls, name human. War Leader's Call. Whenever creature control enters, yep, so that's going to be Exhale on Headliner and pass. We'll take 4 down to 16. Yeah, War Leader's Call seems pretty good. So do we go Esper Origins to gain life and set up? I think so. So let me in that case start by Fabled Passage fetch for a swamp. Esper Origins hold up black for exhale. Exhale to yard, Regent top, reveal Regent, which now allows me to hold up exhale. We'll pass. One for turn, 4 in hand. We just need to outlast them here, which we should be able to do with the amount of life gain we offer. Inspector hits board. That will resolve. We'll take 1. You investigate. Go to combat. End turn. Do we want to exhale here? I don't think I need to. They know about the regions. They're not going to play the board. No reason to exhale. So I think we just regent next turn and sweep the board of 3. The alternatives that we play Ice Till and then Passage, hold up exhale again. Yes, let's do that. We'll draw Necropsy 2. So I will play Ice Till. Fabled Passage, mill a card. Crack Fabled Passage for a swamp. Fabled Passage, mill a card. Fetch Fabled Passage for a swamp. Mill another card. Cast Esper Origins. Hold up Terminus. Urgent Necropsy. To yard. Ice Till to yard. Seize and exhale. And we hold no attacks. Opponent will cast another Resolute Reinforcements. We'll take 2 as a result. Alright, again, holding up exhale. Opponent paying cost, draw a card, up to 4 in hand. Sacred Foundry, shock 18. For Sharpshooter. Yes, that is fine. Warleader's Call. Again, ping me for 1. Headliner, ping me for 1. 2, actually. Down to 14. This is fine. Do you attack in? You do not. So for 3, what we can do then is exhale sweep. Yes. Alright, and draw. Triggers. Yield all. Okay. So we have another exhale in hand now. Let's go Fabled Passage, Mill, Fetch, Swamp Mill. So we can go for 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lean back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Because we can also just go for 3, then Necropsy, hit 2. So I think that probably makes sense here. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X equals 3. Regent. And then Necropsy. Done. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh. And we'll scoop it up. We'll take the 1. Cool. Yeah, guys, let me Necropsy. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll play a Fabled Passage, hold it for, or crack it for another swamp, hold up, exhale, and we should be good. Okay. Let me see if I can find the Mobilize list. That would be good. Here we are. 29 creatures. I guess the question becomes, do I care about hand disruption? No. I think we just bring in Day of Black Sun. Betrayal out. Target removal is not as good here, so I don't think we need to bring in Bitter Triumph, for example. Day of Black Sun seems good. Necropsy is okay. At most, it can 2 for 1 by hitting Warleader's Call on a creature. I guess it can hit a clue, but eh. Whenever a creature enters. I mean, there is something said about Torpor Orb. Because, yeah, whenever another creature you control enters. That is kind of funny. It does brick a lot of their cards. Is that necessary, though? I'm not entirely certain. Oh, they cut the Necropsy, we cut the Selesnya Archivist. Yeah, I guess we just bring in the Torpor Orb. I suppose we will. I mean, stops call. It stops in Enduring Innocence. It stops Sharpshooter, Reinforcements, Invasion Reinforcements, Novice Inspector. I will keep. I will pass. Inspector. Draw. Shared Roots. Fatal Passage. Fetch. Forest Swamp. And pass. And pass. Voice. Yeah, because like here, the Torpor doesn't matter too much. I'll play a Forest, Torpor Orb, pass, and pass. I might need to exhale this Voice, but what we really need to do is draw into a Sweeper, so Day of Black Sun or Scavenger. Crack a card, draw a card, swing for 4. Draw, Stormbrood. Stormbrood's not bad. So we play Bossing Say, Terminus. We could Stormbrood or we can exhale. Regardless, we want to do it on the Voice. My thought here is that Stormbrood can still kill Suki, but exhale can't. So I'm going to pay additional cost and shoot down the Voice and pass and pass. So next turn we can play Ice Still. War Leaders. So now that will no longer trigger. We'll draw, Cottage, cast Ice Still, Fatal Passage, mill a card. Crack Fatal Passage for a swamp. Fatal Passage, mill a card. Crack Fatal Passage for a forest, mill a card. Stormbrood, Petty Revenge, and pass, and pass. Rest in Peace, fine. Honestly, don't care too much about Rest in Peace. We'll draw. There's Esper Origins. So let us start with Bossing Say, mill a card. Cottage, mill a card. Roots for a swamp. Actually, for a forest. Origins. Roots Yard, Stormbrood top, and go to combat, swing for 2, down to 16, pass. Yeah, I think the Torpor actually does a decent amount of this matchup, funny enough. Yeah, it literally stops both Sharpshooter and the reinforcements. That's fantastic. Stormbrood. So 2-4. Cast Petty Revenge. Hit the Sharpshooters. We're going to have a hard time getting through that. And then activate Bossing Say. 1, 2, 3. Do I want to do that or just activate this? I think I just want to activate this. Go to combat, swing for 4, trigger, no targets, make a food, hit you for 4, down to 10, hold up the food token. Enduring Innocence. End step, make a food, and draw, forest. So if I Bossing Say 1, 2, 3 on you, leaves back 1, 2, 3, 4, Yeah, so I think we're just bossing, say, Cottage at this point. And then at this point, we can go to combat and attack with Cottage. Trigger, no targets, make a food. Because even if they torch this, it doesn't matter. Enduring Innocence, we'll just grow the Cottage. End step and pass. Another Enduring Innocence. I mean, they're pretty much just on the defensive, which is not where their deck wants to be. So I will again go to combat with Cottage. Trigger, no targets. And we'll again just grow it. And then I'm going to cast Bloomvine Regent. So you'll need to play this Forest, mill a card, Shared Roots. That is A-okay. We'll not gain any life because of Torpor, but it's a 4/5 flyer. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Solid. Alright, we'll be back for match number 3. Alright, back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. Opponent mulligans down to 6. Mountain. Pass, draw, forest, failed passage, fetch, forest, swamp, pass, pass. This mono red aggro, I believe it is. Draw, trigger. We could simply exhale on the Razorkin. Probably reasonable at this current juncture. The other option is obviously the Esper Origins. I guess we also could Stormbrood it. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of Stormbrooding it. We'll Petty Revenge on the Razorkin. And pass. And pass. Because that allows us to hold up the exhale next turn after we cast the Origins. Being able to reveal the Bahamut. Because if I just outgrind them on value, we should be fine. The thing that kills us here is probably Nova Hellkite. Viper, whenever opponent casts a spell with mana 3 value or less, deals 1 damage to that player. Interesting. So in that case, we'll draw. There's Archivist. We're going to Caustic Exhale, Behold a Dragon. Real Bahamut. We'll take the 1. But that's offline. This allows us to play the Origins. Terminus Exhale. I'm going to say... Terminus top, exhale top. We'll draw into the exhale. We'll pass and pass. There's Hired Claw. Gives it haste. We'll take 3. We'll draw. Alright, in that case, that changes my line a bit, I think. I mean, we could just still go Origins. We could just go Origins. The other options, we Ice Till, Fabled Passage, Crack for Black, Exhale, Hired Claw. Both are reasonable, I think. I think I'm just going to go to Ice Till, though. It gives us a decent blocker. Gives us some ramp. Always yield. Pitch the Terminus. Fabled Passage, Crack. Forest Swamp. Regent. Would have liked the Regent, but we can pick it up with the Archivist. In that case, do I just hold the Exhale? Or do I play the Exhale now? We'll hold it. There's the Nova Hellkite. Deals 1 damage to any creature. Yes. Attacks for 4. Down to 13. End step warp. I'm going to exhale to hold a dragon. Get rid of that Hired Claw now. And draw. Esper Origins. Let's start with Fable Passage, though. Mill a card. I will fetch for a swamp. Mill a card. We have 6. I'll play Cottage, mill a card. Cast Esper Origins. Shared Roots Yard, Baelmerk top. Pick up Baelmerk. Cast Esper Origins. Cottage Yard, Swamp Yard. And I will go to combat, swing for 2, and pass. Next turn we have Bahamut, so if they play the Hellkite, we can pop it. Yep. So we'll take 4, down to 13 again. Next turn, Bahamut will end it. Draw. Betrayal. Honestly, Betrayal might be better. So in that case, how do we want to proceed? There's Bossing Say. Yeah, so we're just going to Betrayal here. Target you. I will do what? Let's play Bossing Say. Let's grab another Forest. And then we can cast Origins. Ice Till Yard, Regent top. We'll draw into the Regent. And then I think we just Earthbend on Cottage. Go to combat, swing for 8. Eat nothing, make a food, and pass. Up to 10, or down to 10. I mean, I have lethal on board as it stands. They have 3 cards in hand. We have a Bahamut to pop whatever they play. Solid win. Okay, so this is Mono Red Aggro. Though Scouting Viper is definitely new to me, but does seem decent. Whenever this creature enters, no, it's only like 1 enters ability. I mean, I guess there's Tersa Light Shatterer, but that's not seen much play sideboard-wise. I guess there's Sunspine Links, but I don't think they'll bring that in against me, maybe? I mean, I have a ton of basics. Probably a decent number of non-basics too, mind you, but still. Vendetta, no. Keen-Eyed, no. Better Triumph, probably better than Strategic Betrayal at the very least. Do we care about Intimidation Tactics versus Black Sun? I would say we drop Necropsy, drop Archivist, bring in Black Sun. I think that makes sense to me. And I think we run it back like that. Yeah, let's do that. I imagine we're on the draw for game 2. I mean, this deck definitely seems to eat anything that's aggro. Though Lessons definitely, I feel like, has turned more almost into combo. Almost Storm-esque. I do wonder if maybe another option for Lessons is to play Mai. The problem is they play so much removal that trying to keep a Mai on board is probably impossible. I will keep. I will pass. Mountain for Hired Claw, yep. Draw. Failed Passage, crack for a swamp, and pass. And pass. So next turn we'll Terminus, hold up Exhale. 1 damage to me. Grows the Claw. Draw. Forest, Terminus, and hold the Exhale. Soulstone Sanctuary, casting a Warped Hellkite, I'd imagine. Or not. Yes, there's the Nova Hellkite. Well, let's get this out of the way and behold a dragon. And pass. Draw. Play Bossing Say. Do we share Roots the Ramp or Origins Origins? I think we might want to Roots the Ramp, because how big is Nova Hellkite of 4 or 5? We'll definitely play the Bossing Say. Let's go Roots to Ramp. Grab another Forest. Esper Origins, gain 2. Baelmerk Black Sun. How big are you? 5. So realistically speaking, we'd need 7. One way or another. Double Regents. So Black Sun to Yard, Overlord top, and pass. And pass. They'll play Case of Crimson, discard a card, draw 2. How do you solve this? You have no cards in hand. We'll draw Overlord. Let's start with Origins. Yes, I have more swamps in deck. Esper Origins, Yard, Explorer, top, draw, and pass, and pass. One off the Hellkite. Iroh's Demonstration, Origins offline, Hired Claw, draw. In that case, I will play Ice Till. Do we play Ice Till here? Honestly, I'm not sure I want to. Let's start off with another Esper Origins from Yard. Exhale top, Restless Cottage. Man, I was really hoping for some untapped lands here, but no luck. Exhale top, Cottage top. We'll draw into Cottage. We will then play the Cottage and pass. And pass. Paying cost for Stingerback Terror. Plotted. This has Flying Trample, 7/7 will draw. There's the Exhale. Okie dokie. 1 up, 3 in hand. So we can start with Ice Till. Ice Till. Failed Passage, mill a card. There's Bahamut, Fabled Passage, fetch for a Swamp Mill card. Fabled Passage, fetch for a Forest. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swamp, mill card. Cast Overlord. Overlord the Baelmerk. Enters. Picks up Bahamut. And we hold up Exhale. Go to combat. Swing for 4. Burst Lightning me down to 17. Down to 16. We'll hold. We have Overrun next turn. I do have to be careful of that. There's the Terror. It's a 5/5. You could play the Nova Hellkite. Because this is a dragon. But for dragons, yeah. Yeah, the Scavenger Regions get a bit worse here, I want to say, in game 2, it seems. Lightning Strike on the Baelmerk. Do you have another Burst Lightning? You do. So Crimson... Case of Crimson has been solved. In that case, I'll just Behold Dragon and hit the Hired Claw. And pass. You have no cards. You'll draw 2 on upkeep. We'll draw. Overrun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So in that case, I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fabled Passage mill card. Fetch Fabled Passage for a Swamp. And then we will cast Bahamut. I actually might hit the Case of Crimson, funny enough. No, do I? I think I actually do care about that, yeah. We'll hit the Case of Crimson. And then I will play the Restless Cottage tapped mill card. Because now you're just drawing 1 card a turn. This Terror can't get through my Bahamut. We can just pop it again next turn anyways. We'll pass. And pass. Land for turn. You can play your Hellkite for all I care. We also have Maelstrom to dig for whatever we need. Opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Solid. Yeah, like I said, this deck just 1000% eats up any aggro deck. We'll be back for match number 4. Alright, we're back for match 4. On the play for game 1. Hand's a bit meh, but it's workable. We just need to draw into the right cards. We will play Fabled Passage, fetch for a Swamp. Pass. And pass. Archive Surveil. Keeps it on top. We'll draw Esper Origins. Perfect. We'll cast Origins. Necropsy Regent. It's hard to say what we want here. I'm going to say we go... I'm not sure I want Necropsy. Region I can argue a bit more, but Necropsy not as much. Interesting. Oh. Awkward. Necropsy Yard, Regent top, and pass, and pass. Draw definitely seems like control. We'll play a forest and pass. We'll pass in full. Demo field. Can it bossing say? That's kind of rude. Not gonna lie. Kind of wanted to bossing say my Fabled Passage, friend. Draw. Shared Roots. I mean, I guess I can bossing say my Fabled Passage. We also can play our Origins. Yeah, we'll play Fabled Passage. And then Earthbend. I guess I can't Earthbend it right now. So in that case, we'll Shared Roots. Yeah, we'll just Shared Roots. Need one more mana, that's right. For it to be untapped. I'll grab another forest and pass. Playing around, potential exhale. Demo field on bossing, say. No? What this? Consult the star charts, dig 3, pull 1. Passing. Might need to hold up an additional 3 mana if we want to cast Origins. So at this point, I'm going to bossing say Earthbend on Fabled Passage. You want to demo field it? Puts you down a land, puts me up a land. I will play Blooming Marsh tapped, and we'll just hold. No reason to be aggressive here. This is a control mirror, basically, how we have to treat it. So now we get to fetch with Fabled Passage, get back Fabled Passage. Opponent will cast another Consult Kick this time. No, Wan Chi Tong for 2. In that case, I'll fetch the Fabled Passage. Bossing say triggers. And I will grab another forest. Yes. And we'll pass. And you'll draw a card and pass. So you can demo field, force me to search. Or I could choose not to, actually. It is a may, not a must on demo field. It's not Field of Ruin. So I could say no. Demo field on bossing, say. We currently are at 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm tempted to say no, to be honest. But they also have a clutch full of cards. I'm not sure it matters. I'll say yes. Wan Chi Tong will grow. I'll grab a forest. Yes. Wan Chi Tong will trigger, will pass in full. You'll draw a card. Another demo field. Do we do it again? No, they want to hold up mana this time. Wan Chi Tong for 4. Down to 18. Goes the discard. Anchorage, draw, swamp. So before we crack this passage, we definitely want to get rid of the Wanchi Tong. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could Esper Origins. So let's play a swamp. Do I Betrayal first? Yes, we will Betrayal first. And we should be able to pay whatever we need. Perfect. In that case, I will cast Esper Origins. I guess if you have a No More Lies, I guess I should have waited one more turn. Yeah. In retrospect, I should have waited one more turn. Nope, was thinking about paying the 2, not paying the 3. That's on me. Let's crack the Fable Passage for a... what? You have another Wanchi Tong? You do have a Wanchi Tong. Yield all. X equals 2. Draw a card and then draws another card off the Fable Passage. I will grab another swamp. Trigger Wanchi Tong, draws a card. And draw. Archivist. We could pick up Necropsy. So right now we have how much mana? 9. We could Scavenger Regent for 4. So Exude Toxin. That leaves up 3 to pay for the No More Lies. Exude Toxin. Yeah, definitely wish I had waited for the Esper Origins in retrospect. Will pass. Goodbye, Wanchi Tong. And pass. I mean, Archivist can pick up Necropsy if we need. But right now we're just kind of top decking and they have a handful of cards to play is the problem. The Wanchi Tong has gotten them enough value. All you need to do is tap out. Consult. Dig 6, pull 2. Consult's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I think next turn we just cast Archivist, pick up Necropsy, hold Necropsy for 4. Clean up, pitch a card. Aang's Iceberg, another Regent. We could play the Regent. And play the Archivist, though. Opponent paying for Essence Scatter. Sure, in that case, I will cast the Regent and pass. Maybe I should have done it in the opposite order so I could have picked up the Regent. Didn't really think about the Essence Scatter, to be fair. Should have thought about that one more. Cast the Regent, Essence Scatter, Archivist, pick up Regent, basically blinks the Essence Scatter. Yeah, maybe that would have been wise. 5 for Elspeth, while still holding up 3. I so desperately need them to tap the hell out. Ward, pitch a card. Yeah, so if I had sequenced that in the opposite order, well, they probably just made tokens then. Give and take. Pitching Get Lost, 4 in hand. There's no way this Bahamut resolves the problem. Regent, cast Regent. Like, we could claim territory, but we need bodies on board at this point. We'll pass. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure I might be out of... yeah, almost out of forest. I think last 2 are in my deck. Another Essence Scatter? What is this? 3 steps ahead. Okay. I wonder then if they might be out. We'll see. Anchorage, 3 in hand. I mean, you might just have to cast this Bahamut into whatever. Strategic Betrayal's not doing much. Let's cast the Bahamut and see if we've gotten through all their removal. Or rather, counter magic. I can't imagine. I'd be shocked. 3 steps? Three steps, creates a token, draws 2 cards, discard a card. I mean, yeah, I think this is GG's. I think we could have sequenced a bit differently, played a bit more tightly. Maybe this game 1 would have been in a good position, but it's looking like we are in a rough position now. I mean, we can sweep the tokens for what it's worth, but no, we're good. Let's concede. All right. So, definitely are going to want Bitter Triumph in, Duress in over Exhale, I think. Let's see if I can find an Azorius control list. Yeah, I mean, they have Wan Chi Tong, Tishana's Tidebinder, and River Regent. I mean, I guess we could exhale the Wan Chi Tong, but is that really what we want to be doing? Probably not. But Day Black Sun also feels pretty bad here, so maybe do keep a couple exhales, keep them the Cropsy. I don't think there's much else in our sideboard. No. Let's run back like this. I think what saves this matchup definitely are going to be the man lands, but the 3 demo fields, that will become a bit more difficult. It will become a bit more difficult for sure. Alrighty. Looking at sideboard, opponent probably brings in more Tidebinders, maybe Biza, Unagi. Yeah. I'd imagine going more creature focused, maybe. But bringing in the Duresses definitely seem correct here. At least I'd think so. You submit our deck, so let's wait on opponent. Yeah, had we waited on the Origins, we would have been better off if we had sequenced the Scavenger in order to play through the Essence Scatter into Archivist pickup Scavenger. That would have been good. So just some different lines, some different sequencing would have been good. On the play for game 2, I will keep... Opponent will get down to 6. That's good news for us. Restless Cottage and pass. And pass. Anchorage, draw. Blooming Marsh, Shared Roots. I'll grab a forest and pass and pass. I will draw Fable Passage. Don't really want to play into a No More Lies again. So I think I'm just going to play the Restless Cottage and hold up Triumph Exhale. And hold. Fountain Port and passing. Draw. I will play Fable Passage and then cast Esper Origins. They could have negate, but they don't want to negate the first cast. They want to negate the flashback. Bahamut. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bahamut's just really hard to cast here, but if it hits board, they are going to have a hard time with it. I'll say top, and pass, holding up Bitter Triumph Exhale. Not going to crack the passage. Paying cost for 3 steps, draw 2, discard a card. And hold. And hold. Rest in peace, kind of rude, honestly. Yes, that's fine. In that case, I might just shuffle away my top here. I'm gonna failed passage crack, shuffle things away. I'll grab a swamp. And draw. Regent. I will play another Fabled Passage and then animate Restless Cottage. Go to combat. Attack with Cottage. Trigger. No targets. And hit you for 4. Fountain Port. I mean, you can start now making fish. End step. I don't want to fetch right now into Wan Chi Tong, so we'll just hold. We'll hold. Shared Roots. Play a forest. Again, activate Cottage. It might be for not is the only issue I see here. Cottage. Go to combat. Attack with Cottage. Trigger, no targets. Make a food. Do you Fountain Port? You do not. End step. Is this a Wan Chi Tong? It's a Consult Kick. In that case, I'm going to Fabled Passage crack now. And grab a forest and pass. So they dig 5, pull 2. What I need right now is a bossing, say. Opponent continues to hold. I again want to hold up mana for Wan Shi Tong. And draw. Another Fable Passage. Go to combat. Are we finally interacting with it? We're not. Trigger. No targets. Should just say always yield on that. Do you make a fish to block? You do not. Down to 8. Consult, dig, 6, pull 2. I will crack the Fable Passage as we no longer have to worry about Wan Shi Tong, and grab another swamp and hold. I mean, soon I'm going to be able to activate 2 cottages at a time. End step. Crack a food. Gain some life. And draw. I will again animate the cottage. Go to combat. Attack with cottage, trigger, no targets. I mean, you have the fountain port. Why are you not making fish? There we go. Now we're making fish. You make fish. You'll block with the fish while also holding up 3. Yes. I will play Blooming Marsh and hold. Opponent is casting Consult, not kicked. Dig, 7, pull 1. Is this Elspeth? It is Elspeth. Looks like they're holding up negate. Interesting. Elspeth will resolve. Great tokens. I'm going to attempt to Bitter Triumph Elspeth, because I don't think there's anything for double blue that would tax me. Instead, it would just be a straight up counterspell. Elspeth down makes a token. So that must be an Essence Scatter if I had to guess, or maybe a Wan Shi Tong. We'll draw. There's Stormbrood. So again, I will activate Cottage. Go to combat and swing for 4. Second main, I will cast Shared Roots. Loading up the exhale. We'll grab a forest and hold the exhale. I believe next turn we can activate both cottage. You would need 8, 4, 6, 8. Yes, we can. Kona has not found demo fields, interestingly enough. We'll draw Ice Till. Alright. Do we want to hold it for one Chi Tongue then? Maybe. 2, 3, 4. Cottage. We could activate the second cottage, but yeah, one Chi Tongue here actually is a bit of a problem. Attack. The other problem, of course, being the fact they just have these fountain ports to gain value. To blocks. They can only do this for so long, though. Create a fish. Block with a fish, and then sacrifice it, draw a card? Is that what we're gonna do? No. Because that would eat up too much mana, I suppose. We'll hold. We'll have a lot of room to crack foods. They make another fish. They do make another fish. Okay. When they start pre-making fish, then we can just sweep with Regent. Would be the idea. And without the demo fields, they can only keep this up for so long. There is River Regent. River Regent actually is a bit of a problem. Return permanents to hand. Crack a food. And crack a food. Draw. Forest return. They're holding up 2 mana. Again, could be Essence Scatter. Could also be No More Lies. So, how would we like to proceed? So, I think what I want to do is start with Stormbrood. I want to hit that Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace down. I was kind of hoping that they would take some bait there, but they did not. In that case, I will play a forest. I can Restless Cottage. No. The biggest thing is now is that they're holding up No More Lies. What I'd love to be able to do is attack with Cottage and exhale in this region, but I wanted to tap them down first. Don't want to accidentally play into a negate. I suppose I could play Ice Till if nothing else here, or Scavenger Regent if nothing else. I mean, if we eat an Essence Scatter, we eat an Essence Scatter at this point. Regent. No More Lies? Yeah. we did guess correctly on the Mobilize. Maybe we should have just held it. And maybe that was too aggressive. We just hold back the Regent. They attack with this one, but then they have to deal with the Storm Brood flying. So it's not like they're going to attack here. Yeah, I should have held back the Scavenger. Because they can't really afford to attack with the River Regent with the Storm Brood. So unless they have removal... I'll draw Esper Origins. I'll cast Esper Origins. Six in hand. Shared Roots to Yard. Cottage to Yard. I will again cast Esper Origins. Do they have 3 steps? We're gonna make a copy of a fish. Three steps makes a copy of Regent. Oh, that's a problem. I will... Do I even bother cracking the food? I don't think I do. Yes. I will attempt to cast the Storm Brood. I'm sure we'll get countered. We'll pass. Numeralize again? Yes. I still do need to be careful here as I have 2 cottages primed. And pass. And again, played into Normalize once accidentally. This time a little bit more on purpose, because we just need to get bodies on board at this point. Yeah, the River Regent being copied was a little bit rough. This exhale's not doing all too much in the grand scheme. Attack for 12, down to 18 from 30. 4 cards in hand, Necropsy. I will activate cottage number 1. I will activate cottage number 2. Let's go to combat. And stack the triggers. We'll eat no more lies and no more lies. Paying cost for one Chitong. Damn. Unfortunately, this exhale's no longer able to be beheld because I no longer have a dragon. Maybe I should have held the Storm Brood. Not played into the No More Lies. 3 steps, makes a copy of Regent. Well, shit. Bounces. I guess it's non-land. Yeah, so they'll target the foods. Well, they can block a cottage now. And that's lethal on board. Yep. We'll just concede at this point. Alright. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think I could have definitely played that a little bit tighter. Had I done so, I think I could have won game 1-2. But I may have played it too slow in game 2. And I didn't play conservatively enough in game 1. So that was some misplays made. Alright, we'll be back for match number 5. Alright, we're back for match 5. On the play for game 1. I will keep. You get drawn to a land. We have the shared roots on 2. Opponent mulligans down to 6, which is promising. Play cottage pass and pass. It is seriously. It's Kona. Blooming Marsh, cast roots. We're gonna have to hold up this exile soon. I will grab a forest and we'll pass. And we'll pass. Would love to see another land so we can try and ramp. So let's pull up a Kona list. For a deck that is less than 2% of the meta, I've found it a lot recently. We'll draw. Swamp. We will cast the Ice Till. Let's see if you have an Exhale. Unfortunately, we can't just sit back and wait to play around the Exhale. We need to just play into it, I think. Play Swamp, mill a card, hold up Exhale again. There's Cottage. We'll hold. Paying cost, unauthorized exit, resolves. That's fine, we can replay it next turn. Either that or start smacking face with Cottage. No, we're gonna have to hold up the Exhale, methinks. So we'll play Ice Still. Dragonstorm. Draw 2 cards, discard a card. Discards Consult. Cavern Souls, name Beast. Survivor. I mean, I guess that works as well. Draw. Another Exhale. Again, we will recast Ice Till. Cottage. Swamp. Combat. Or actually no combat, so let's hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breeding Pool. Shock. Holding. If they have a Lost in the Maze, we're in trouble. Blooming Marsh. Trigger. Fable Passage. Trigger. Fable Passage fetch. For a forest. Trigger. I will cast Stormbrood. To pop the Dragonstorm. Try and potentially limit their plays. Stormbrood, pop Dragonstorm. Go to combat. Swing for 2. Hold up, double exhale. Do you have Lust? Consult star charts. Dig 4, pull 2. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can 8, 11, 13. We're short 3 on lethal. All right. We draw. Regent. Fabled Passage. Mill a card. Fetch Fabled Passage. For a forest. Fabled Passage. Mill a card. Fetch Fabled Passage. For a forest. I will activate Restless Cottage. I will activate Restless Cottage, holding up exhale. Go to combat. Attack with all. Trigger target consult. Trigger target consult. Yield all. Combat. Or damage rather. Down to 3. Hold up exhale. Pain cost 4. Regent, draw 3, discard a card. This means they don't have Lost in the Maze. Though I do wonder if I should have held up mana to pay for exhale. Because if they have Kona, they need to fire it off now. Land. Name Dragon. Yeah, maybe I should have held 1 cottage back, but opponent will scoop it up. We got the win. So they just fumbled, or stumbled more accurately. So that works out in our favor. We bring in Ancient Vendetta, drop Triumph. They have a lot more spells than they do creatures, so we bring in Duress. Necropsy might not be enough. When this enchantment, when a dragon you control enters, creatures entering Torpor Orb. So we definitely want Vendetta, Betrayal out, Necropsy out, Archivist out, 2 Regents out. Honestly, maybe a Bahamut. No, we're already down 2 Regents. We could go down on lands, honestly. It's not a half bad idea. Because, yeah, Torpor Orb seems right. I guess Stormbrood. Stormbrood can pop things, though. The Regent just definitely needs to go. So, Duress, yes. Exhale, yes. Triumph, yes. Ancient Vendetta, yes. Torpor Orb, yes. You know what? I'm just going to trim out a Fabled Passage. I will keep. Because the benefit of the Torpor Orb, I'm pretty sure, is that they can play their hand, but they don't get the full loop. I will keep. I will pass. Draw. Cottage. Pass. And pass. Breeding Pool. Shocked. Passing. The shock kind of concerns me. Means they might hold up an exhale. So I'm going to play a forest into a shared roots instead of the Torpor Orb. I will grab a forest and pass. Consult. That was the other option, of course. Dig 2, pull 1 will pass. Cavernous Souls, name Beast. Survivor. Lantern eats the shared roots, that's fine. And consult. Why consult on their turn? That makes no sense. Dig 3, pull 1. Draw. Shared roots. In that case, we will play Swamp. Torpor Orb. Do I play the shared roots? Ramps me up to 5, up to 6. No, I think I... No, I will. Shared roots. I'll grab a forest and pass. And pass. I don't know, maybe I should have held it up. Yeah, the Kona. Because just a threat of removal probably would have kept them at bay. Problem is if they just windmill slam, it doesn't matter. I guess they wouldn't have, though. They get the Omni. Yeah, I should have held it up. I should have held up mana. There's Omni. Dragon Storm. Draw 2, discard a card. End step, draw. Esper Origins. I will cast Ice Till. Bossing Say, mill a card. Fabled Passage, mill a card. Crack Fabled Passage. I should have actually held the Fabled Passage in retrospect. We'll go for a swamp. Oh, there's Ancient Vendetta. Damn. Origins. Both of these to yard. And we'll pass. And pass, because we're trying to get to Bahamut now. And I definitely should have held the Fabled Passage up. That's on me. Because they're very much incentivized to crack the Soul Guide, I think. In order to truly go off, they're going to need an unauthorized exit for the Torpor Orb. Kona will attack. I'll take 4, down to 18. Regent, like I said, it does nothing because of the Torpor Orb, so it's just a 6/7 as it stands. As I say, I need them not to do that, but they did, so moot point. Maelstrom. Play the Maelstrom mill card. I need a land, not a land. In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will crack the Maelstrom. And find Bloomvine. I will Bloomvine for claim territory. The last 2 forests. Oh, did not click the other forest? Oh, you gotta be joking me. I'll play the Restless Cottage. And we'll pass. No attacks. And pass. We'll take 10 down to 8. Also, we also could just block the ice still here into the Kona. Reading Pool tapped, I imagine. Yeah, I think I'll just block the Kona here. Yes. End step draw. Cast Bahamut. Destroy Omni? Yes, we'll destroy Omni. Play the Blooming Marsh and pass. Next turn we can pop the Regent. And pass. Paying cost for. Lost in the Maze, tap down Bahamut, take 10 down to 2. Oh, but I can't. Another Omni. Bahamut target Lost in the Maze, I suppose? Or Omni? We'll pop the Omni. So in that case, how do we survive? We need to make sure we have more than 10 or we have a blocker for the Regent. Ice Till, Maelstrom, Crack. I don't have enough. No, I do not have enough. I should have hit the Regent. Mill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 3 left over. And I guess I should have hit the Regents of the Omni. Because now we're dead. Ugh, okay. Yeah, I misplayed there in a couple places. Alright. Alright. Yeah, Scavenger Regent's definitely out. Torpor Orb's definitely in. I could see me trimming down an Ice Till here, to be honest, and just running back like this. On the play for game 3, definitely could have won that, damn. That's a mulligan. Another mulligan. 1 land, additional land on either of these hands I would have kept in a heartbeat. I'll keep this one. Pitch Regent. Pitch Bahamut. Play Cottage and pass. And pass. Draw. Forest. Orb. Pass. Plays an island. Draw. Blooming Marsh. Cast another orb. Pass. And pass. Cavernous Souls. Name Beast or Survivor. Draw. Duress. Cast Duress, target you. Consult, Regent Kona, fresh start. I'm going to take the consult. And I think I'm going to hold here. We'll play the forest actually, and then pass, hold up the Ice Till as removal. We know they don't have Omni. Plays an island, which they drew into. And pass. We draw. Cast Shared Roots. For a swamp. And pass. In order to feign that we have something, we need to hold up 2. Cavernous Souls, named Dragon. They're casting Kona. Yep. So they call our bluff. We'll pass in full. Kona will put in River Regent as a clock. Draw. Balemerk. Funny enough, it entering wouldn't do anything. So in that case, we'll put it in as an enchantment, and this will. Right? Trigger. There's Stormbrood. There is Regent. Pick up the Regent and claim territory. At this point, I'm just ramping. Make sure we hit both the forest this time. Play a forest and pass. We're going to take 10 down to 10, though, is the problem. And pass. I could have had it in game 2, and I absolutely punted. Cavernous Souls, name Dragon. Take 10, down to 10. 4, 5, 6, 7. I need removal for this Regent. We draw. Balemerk. I will impend with Balemerk, question mark, or Ice Till. Ice Till can at least block the Kona. Other option is attack with Cottage, and then crack a food. I will impend. What do we find? There is another Bloom Vine. We also have the Stormbrood. I'll pick up the Bloom Vine as a blocker for next turn. We'll hold the Cottage as a blocker for this turn. The Overlords will trigger. Opponent is casting what? Consult, dig, 6, pull 2. Yeah, had I just hit the Regent last game, maybe would have won. Consult resolves. But yeah, Torborg definitely seems to do a decent amount into this matchup, interestingly enough. Hadn't really thought that would have been the case, but it does seem to be the case. Go to attacks. Activate Cottage. They can fresh start the Cottage, which is a bit unfortunate. I don't think anything can bounce it. They can definitely fresh start it. Fresh start, yes. Go to blocks, we'll still block, and we'll pass. Which, I mean, as of right now, seems we're about to lose unless I again have removal for Regent. Draw. Blooming Marsh will not cut it. We can cast the Ice Till. We can then get 4 additional mana. Is there a way out? I don't believe so. Even if I were to find an Esper Origin and flash it back, it'll push me to 6. Bloomvine will not gain me life because of the Torpor Orbs. So, not to mention Unable to Scream will make it so that I can't block. I do not believe I have an out then. No, I don't believe I do. Alright. Unfortunately, we'll concede there. Okay. But at least playing there definitely gave me more insight into that matchup and how we can interact with it in a more meaningful way. But that there will be the end of tonight's league at a 2-3 record at the end of 5. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see the lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you're enjoying the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you would like to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon where you can find these videos early and ad-free. On that note, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!